Okay, today we're in Northeast Ohio, and I'm just checking the camera here and freshening up a mineral site that's been well established for 3 years now. As you can see by the size of this thing, it's about 6 foot around. So we started putting minerals here 3 years ago. My buddy Scott Christie uses this stuff he gets from a friend of his. It's called Savage Big Bone Mineral, and there are studies out there that say that minerals don't do anything for antler growth on wild deer. Well, that might be true. It might not be true. All I know is the buck I killed this past year jumped up quite a bit from the year before. He put on a lot of sticker points that he never had. He went from being an 8-point for several years in a row to being a mainframe 10. So either way, by the looks of the deer tracks in here and the size of this hole, they like it, so I like it. So that's what we're using here in this situation. Like I say, this has been established for 3 years, so there's going to be a lot of bucks and a lot of does coming to this spot because they know it's here. They started hitting this in March. That's when I first refreshened it. And so that's how I get my inventory of my bucks. In most situations, you want to put a mineral site somewhere close to a field. So about 60 yards this direction to the west, there's a field here, and this year it's probably going to be corn. Last year it was soybeans. I can get in and out of here without bothering the deer. Check the camera, which is right over here on this tree overlooking the site. I can check the camera I usually do it like once every month. Make sure you set the camera on a low setting. I know most guys know this stuff. I know this isn't groundbreaking material right here, but there are people that are just getting into the sport that have questions or don't know how to use their cameras or how to take inventory. And what I do is I establish a mineral site. If I can, that's my most preferred. And I will put the camera on, say, every 30 seconds, one picture. You don't want to have it on 3 or 5 pictures every 3 seconds or 10 seconds or 15 seconds. You can go 30 seconds or a minute, one picture, because the deer are going to come in, they're going to spend some time there, so you don't end up with a million pictures of the same fawns, standing over the site for an hour. But, you cannot use minerals in some states. Or in a state like Pennsylvania where I live, you can use mineral, but you can't have it out when you hunt. So it's almost impossible to dig all that mineral out of there legally, have it out of there. So in PA, if I'm planning on hunting in the area, I won't put minerals out. Now, if I'm just trying to get inventory and I'm planning on hunting, a long ways off from there, then I may. But what I look for in PA and in Northeast Ohio also is actually a lot of times just putting them right either in an apple orchard where a bunch of trails come together, in an apple orchard just inside the woods, or on the edge of a bean field, which is a really good place to get pictures in the summertime, especially of the bucks, because the bachelor groups of the bucks are normally beans, clover, alfalfa, stuff like that. They're going to be there. They're going to bed nearby. You got to have your camera on the edge of the field because you don't want to have to go in the woods very far. They may just be bedding right on the edge of it in farm country. That's happened a lot of times. They're laying right on the edge of the field, and they're laying there watching what's going on in the field, coming in and out. So what I'll do is I'll put those cameras in the low spots in the field because 9 times out of 10, that's where they're coming out at. The thermals pull down to the low spots in the field, and the deer are going to come out in the low spots. You find the low spots in the field with the trails coming together, and you're going to find a place where you're going to get your inventory of most of your deer. So that's what we're doing right now. Get your mineral out, get your cameras out, find out what's going on, get the velvet footage of the deer, and start preparing for next year.